Welcome to HarmonyTALK, a podcast about dreamers and doers, people from all walks of life who have fulfilled a dream, often in the face of many obstacles. Authors, artists, entrepreneurs, athletes, they take us on their journey to accomplishment. This podcast is brought to you by A.M. Skyer, a third-generation family insurance business started in 1920. I'm your host, Lisa Champeau. My guests today are Janet Gaglione and Kate Hayes, the doers behind a dream project called Paint the Town. The town is Hawley, Pennsylvania, nestled in the Pocono Mountains at the northern end of Lake Wallenpaupack, one of the most popular recreation areas in the Northeast. In other words, the population swells greatly in the summer months, and Paint the Town is poised to capture a lot of attention. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kate, you are the project manager for Paint the Town. Tell us exactly what it is. Paint us a picture, if you will.
Yes, I am the project manager of Paint the Town. You know what that means? That means that I have the best vantage seat to watch many creative and talented minds come together to imagine something new. We literally took a blank sheet of paper and empty canvases, and we are imagining a whole new project for Hawley, Pennsylvania.
What does that project look like?
Well, there'll be many phases, but we're looking to start with large art banners. Most towns hoist banners to promote local events or founding patrons, and these types of banners are truly important, and Hawley has them as well. But we're looking to add more color to our town to brighten and broaden our streets. So we'll be adding these large banners on our poles.
What was the inspiration for this project? How did it get started?
This was started by Henry Skyer, who pulled many people together and posed this question to us: what can we do to make this town more colorful, more filled with original art? I think what we want to do is we want to create a unique Hawley Art Museum, not limited to 4 walls with a roof over top, more so an ever-expanding experience. I myself am a museum person, and as I have lived around and traveled around, I have found going to museums is a wonderful way to learn about an area. So what we are thinking of doing is just expanding our town.
Well, that sounds great. Something colorful, of course, is always wonderful, especially after the COVID pandemic. I think we're all looking for something very bright to lift us up. Janet, you are the director of the Wayne County Arts Alliance, which is collaborating with the Downtown Hawley Partnership and the Foundation for Harmony Presents on this project. And full disclosure, the Foundation for Harmony Presents is the mother organization of this podcast. So you put out the call for art for these banners. Tell me about the submissions. What did you get? How many did you get? How many are you going to use?
We're very excited that we received so many wonderful images, a variety of art. We received 181 images from 77 different artists, mostly in our region. Some expanded a little further out. And we had initially planned to put up 15 banners. And when so many submissions came in, we were able to expand that. So the current plan is to put up 22 banners that will go up along Main Avenue and the side streets in Hawley, Pennsylvania. And that was a challenging prospect for our 3 art jurors to narrow down 181 images to select just 22 final banners.
Oh my gosh, that was my next question. How do you do that?
We chose 3 persons who we trusted to be able to curate art. We had some parameters. We wanted colorful. We wanted bold. The challenge was that we wanted to select art that is going to translate well to a 30-inch by 60-inch banner that's on a pole along the street that will be viewed by persons driving through town, by people walking through town. So we were looking for things that were graphic in the sense that you'd see it quickly driving through town, something that didn't have lots of tiny, tiny little details that would be missed when you're looking at something quickly. And so we had the opportunity to choose from paintings, from photography. We had art, quilts submitted, drawing, sketches, digital art, a wide variety of art. And we want a wide variety of art. It's not just painters create art in Hawley or photographers create art in Hawley. We're celebrating all the different varied kinds of art and in a public way in Hawley, Pennsylvania.
Well, when you talk about the parameters, you did say big, bold, easily seen from the street, especially driving by. What about thematically? Did you look for any themes related to Hawley or to nature or cities or anything like that?
Well, we did want it to somehow either reflect what's in Hawley or reflect what can be in Hawley, although we did select a few abstract images as well. So it wasn't limited to just an image of Lake Wallenpaupack or just an image of this building. We wanted it to be a little more universal and to celebrate many different colors and many different styles.
That's fantastic. Have you already curated them, or are we still going through the banners?
Our jurors are down to the last few decisions. We had to do a little back and forth with some of our artists to confirm that we could receive high quality, high resolution images that would be able to be printed on these vinyl banners in a very successful way, in a very clear way. So we're finishing up that process now, and we should be able to get back to the artists by the end of February as to which art we're selecting. Although we're not going to publish which art we're selecting until we put the banners up, so that we can celebrate the banners when they are on the posts and everyone can come and see them. And that is planned for May.
And that does bring us to the timeline and the project manager. Kate, tell us a little bit about the timeline. That's something you have to keep on top of, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's been a fun few months and we are right on schedule. And we are looking to have our banners curated in town for the Memorial Day weekend. You mentioned that we are home to generations of residents who've really built our legacy, but we also welcome so many travelers during the summer months. So we felt that a big reveal and a big show at the end of May in Memorial Day would be a great time as we welcome back all of the passersby and travelers.
I think you called it a museum without walls. That's kind of what you're looking to put up around Hawley. Now, is this something that you will do every year or is just this year?
I think we all see this as a continuum. Our area in Hawley has so many century-old buildings that have been beautifully restored. We already have large sculpture fabrications. We already have a beautiful outdoor music pavilion called Harmony in the Woods. And so I think that we're imagining this as just connecting everything all together. Our area of Northeast Pennsylvania is known for its trails. We have hiking trails, biking trails, rail trails, and certainly waterway trails. So why not have some sort of a Hawley art trail that will connect everything all together? There doesn't need to be a beginning and there doesn't need to be an ending. This is something that we can continue on throughout this year and into the next as well.
Wonderful. You know, it's been said that public art not only brings joy, but it can help spur economic growth. I'm going to read a little quote from the Public Art Network Council. Cities gain value through public art, cultural, social, and economic value. Public art is a distinguishing part of our public history and our evolving culture. It reflects and reveals our society. What do you envision this will do for actually the town of Hawley?
We certainly want people to stroll our streets and traverse our town. We want people to look up and look down and look out. And as they're enjoying the natural beauty of our region, we also want them to experience the art. Art is colorful and it's imaginative and it's playful and it's provocative. And we want it to bring joy and thought to people as they go through Hawley.
You know, Kate, you mentioned earlier that you are a museum person. I know that you have a degree from the Tyler School of Visual Arts and you've served on many volunteer boards in the area. What drives your passion? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I am a museum person, and I have so much enjoyed traveling around and visiting not just art museums, but also history museums. And it really helps me to understand how an area got there. And that is true of Hawley. Our history of Hawley, Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania, is one that I was unfamiliar with until I moved there about a decade ago. And it was through visiting the local museums of the area, including going to Honesdale, our county seat, going out to the Everhart Museum in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I've really helped to connect all the dots for me of how this area came to be. And we're soon going to be having big celebrations in our country, and our area will be ready for those.
Now, Janet, I know you've worked in theater and film, and how do you bring all that experience to the table in a project like this? What inspires you?
The opportunity to showcase and share the variety of art that we have in our area. We have so many artists in this corner of mostly rural Pennsylvania. It's mind-blowing. With the Arts Alliance, we do a variety of different projects in different areas. We just opened a new gallery building last June in Honesdale, Pennsylvania. And we are just deliriously happy to be able to showcase the wonderful art that is being made by the people in our area. And that was reflected in the wonderful submission volume of images that we received for the Paint the Town project. And we hope to involve those artists and more with more projects that bring art and celebrate art and share what can be done. The current exhibit in our gallery is all student art created by the 3 different school districts in Wayne County, K through 12 grades and ages. So hopefully seeing the wonderful banners that we're putting up for Paint the Town is a start to more and more art made by people in our area and celebrated by people in our area.
What are some of the challenges you have faced so far or are readying yourselves to face? Maybe you haven't faced any so far, and you will overcome them, of course, but are there any challenges that you've faced so far?
Fundraising is always a challenge for the arts because there's always more that we want to do. So looking for that support from our businesses and our community members is always a challenge. The problems that we haven't found is lack of enthusiasm. The committee members who are leading this project and the artists that are participating, the enthusiasm is there. And that's exciting and helps motivate us to do all that we do.
Hawley does seem to have a very bubbling kind of art community. You have theater there, you have a couple of museums. I mean, for a small town, it does have a lot of art going on.
There is a lot of the cultural arts going on. And also, this project is very fortunate to be led by Henry Schuyler, who created this vision. And he's inspired all of us to think and work together. And many of us have gotten to know each other for the first time, and we're coming together with our creative minds and our interests and our enthusiasms. We are also very lucky to have it be led by the Wayne County Arts Alliance. They are a strong, formidable arts alliance. They have a very strong membership, and they are dynamic, and they have been wonderful leaders with this project with us. We have dynamic support from the Downtown Hawley Partnership Board of Directors. They're the ones who secured the seed money that helped us to imagine these large banners and come up with the funding to have them printed. So we're very fortunate to have their support, their input, and their interest. And of course, the Foundation for Harmony Presents is really the third arm of our big project. And they have done so much in creating their outdoor pavilion. They do so much throughout their foundation for the creative arts, for all generations, for all the people of our area. And they want to see us infuse more art to really complement the music that they bring to our town.
Well, that's wonderful. How are you going to measure your success?
Well, it's not a project that has ticket sales per se or count the number of people, because the people who have the opportunity to see the banners are literally everyone that drives through Main Avenue in Hawley. So the opportunity to have viewers is limitless. We look forward to the enthusiasm of the people who live here and the people who visit here. I don't know that that's specifically measurable in numbers, but we look forward to trying to innovate that energy.
Well, we'll certainly be looking out for and listening to the thoughts of people in our town. We really want this project to captivate our residents as well as the visitors and passersby. So I think we're going to be looking for that as the barometer, the smiles on their faces, or to see if they stop and pause if they're looking at one of these large art images. Perhaps we're going to expose them to an area that they've never wandered down before when they go to our outdoor Hawley Art Museum down one of our art trails. So those little signs will be things that we'll be looking for to hear and to see. What is the reaction of the people? And that will help guide us for the next phases of this project. We have lots of ideas, but we're also always listening to the people that we work with and who live with us to help guide us. What should we do next? What would they like to see?
And some of that feedback, I think, will come in the form of social media. Once we have the banners up, we do intend to do bits and blurbs and showcases of introducing the public. This one was made by this artist, and hopefully showing more of that particular artist's work. And that's the kind of place with Instagram and Facebook and online websites where we can get some feedback from the public and give them the opportunity to comment and reply and discover more of the art and artists around us.
I was thinking as you were speaking that next year you might get 300 submissions or 400 submissions. That might also be a measure of success. And you'd really have to bring on some more people, I think, to do that. I was also thinking about public art and how in a big city like, say, New York or San Francisco, public art is often confined to a few blocks. So you have to make it kind of a destination or an effort to go there. But in a town like Hawley, you kind of can't miss it. It's going to be wonderful for your project. Almost everybody who comes through from Lake Wallenpaupack or from Honesdale will see the banners. And I'm sure that was your intention.
Absolutely. We do want people to stop and to soak in our history as they admire the natural beauty of the Hawley region.
The kickoff is Memorial Day weekend, yes?
Yes, the kickoff is. We absolutely will be inviting back many of our artists to come for an opening reception. We'll be inviting the community to come stroll the streets with us. And oh my goodness, Hawley always has a parade Memorial Day weekend. And this year it's going to be on Sunday with kickoff at 1:00. So, we have to have a parade float where we can sort of announce the Paint the Town project, put a label on our work, Paint the Town. That's what's been created.
Fantastic. I wish you ladies both the best of luck with your project. Thank you so much for being on Harmony Talk, a podcast brought to you by A.M. Skyer, a third-generation family insurance business started in 1920. Again, good luck, ladies. Appreciate your taking the time to talk to me. I'm your host, Lisa Champeau. Talk to you all next time.